We are now live.
We're evening.
We're evening.
We're evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome to
What
the
a
Blind Man.
great start. That was a mixture of we're live and good evening.
That's a bit like a Big Bang moment.
Yes.
So we are at home with the Fishers.
Da-da-da.
Oh, I've not changed the episode. That should read episode 11, starring Kristen Nicola Fisher and our special guest, Dave the Wood Barber.
Hi, Dave.
Hello. Hello, Chris. Hello, Nicola. Hello, everybody else.
How are
Hi,
you, mate?
Dave.
Yeah, not bad, buddy. Thank you.
Good health to you, man.
Water.
In it, mate. In it.
It's not water at all. It's a gin and tonic.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, that was sneaky. Right then. So let's say hello to everybody who's been here. We've been watching your comments coming through. So we've got Wood Turning Live with Steve Twidell. Now that's a new name.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Good evening, Wood Turning Live.
Sounds permanent.
We've got Wayne the Wood Turner.
Hello, Wayne.
T+G Making.
Hi, guys.
Eddie Billiard.
Hi, Eddie.
Dave the Wood Barber.
Hi, Dave.
Leona Faye.
Hi, Leona.
Wayne Bigfoot Woodcraft. Hippie Noodle.
Ooh,
Knotted Pumpkin.
nice.
That's a new name, I think. And I think, is that everybody? I think the Blue Light Turner creating shavings since 2016.
Gotta get a shorter name.
Yeah, I do that deliberately. Right then, so welcome, Dave. So you're on our Maker Monday segment, and we're delighted to have you here. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you a bit about Dave.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
We're going to start doing this. We've done a bit of research on you, my friend.
God.
So Nicola's going to give the listeners
Yes.
a little bit of info about you. So
Dave the Wood Barber, he has a YouTube channel. So do go and follow him and subscribe. He's also on Instagram. I'm guessing you're probably also on Facebook as well. We probably follow you on Facebook.
Yeah, but that's just my name. It's not Dave the Wood Barber. That's just Dave North.
okay.
Right, okay. It says on your YouTube that you're fairly new to wood turning. You're saving for a new shed or workshop. So Dave has a GoFundMe campaign. So you could pitch in and help him buy his new shed. I've been looking at some of the things that you've been making, and I noticed a nice piece that you've done with some milliput inlays as well.
Okay.
And some segmented pieces, and you very kindly made for us a lovely pen and a goblet for Chris, which is over on our it's over on our shelves over there. And I thought you got a very cool logo as well. I like your logo.
A lot of people don't.
Do they not? Oh, I thought it was cool.
It's too complex for like people that actually want to do something with it. Like for example, I had a wonderful mirror made from Leona, Leona Faye Wood Turning. She found it very complex and quite hard to do.
Right.
And the original one was done by my friend who does my tattoos, and he spent 5 minutes, but I had Matt Haas actually do the one where simplified and also complex. So now I've got two versions of it now, which is better.
Right. I thought it was quite cool. I quite liked it. Yeah, I thought it was. I liked it because it's got the barber's poles on, and yeah.
Well, you see, no one's described it to me.
Dave, describe it to the blind man.
Okay, if you
that's the wife. Describe it to the blind man. Go on, carry on.
It's like it's not exactly a circle. It's more of an oval shape, but from top to bottom in the lens size. And you have a log facing towards where you can see the grain, and you have two axes in between of the log, like crossing over the middle. So it's like diagonal rather than horizontal or vertical. It's diagonal, and either side of that you got a barber's pole. Excuse me. And then there's a bit of like foliage leaves coming the bottom and the top, and you have the wood barber top and bottom, and the actual logo itself.
Right.
It's very nice.
Didn't sound complex at all.
I
It sounded,
like it. It's
sounded
nice.
pretty. Yeah, it sounds cool.
Yeah. So we've got a series of questions that we like to ask our podcast guests. So the first question is, why do you make?
Why do I make? The reason why I make is because it drags me out of the black hole. I do suffer with depression quite often, and it does drag me out of that hole where it gives me a sense of purpose. I don't exactly necessarily make for myself or anything. It's more, if I find somebody that wants something made, I'll do it for them. Or if they ask me, can you make this? I'll do it for them. Which brings me out the thing of where if I make it for myself, it'll just be a case of, well, oh, I can't be bothered, I'll do it again like some other day. But whereas if it's for somebody, I've got more of a get go and just go and do it. So yeah, it does bring me out of the black hole.
I think there's quite a few people say that sort of thing, don't we? That
well, again, it's a bit of a recurring theme.
Yeah.
You know, that people with some let's just say they've got some life issues, whether that's mentally or physically. It's a recurring theme that people with life issues are finding therapy and inspiration in their workshops, sheds, garages, whatever. You know, so Dave is another one.
Yeah.
That's you know, suffers with depression and has some pretty dark times because of it. But you know, his making is helping him to tick along.
Yeah.
You know, so it's again, it's, you know, it's a wonderful thing getting into your workshop and getting in the zone.
Yeah.
Do you know when you're sort of like cutting hair and things, is it a similar sort of place you go to, you know, like being a maker? And because I suppose, you know,
it's that
creativity and artistry, you know, because
I don't think barbering now, it bores me. I've been doing it for 24 years.
Yeah.
So it's I wouldn't say bores me, but it's, although it's not the same thing over and over again, because each client's different, you know, the conversation's different, their mindset's completely different. But I'd say it's more or less a thing where I'm used to it. So it doesn't put me into another zone or take me out of one or anything. I'd rather not do it, really, to be honest, but which is quite hard to do a lot of times now because I've got the symptoms of carpal tunnel in both of my hands, but I've not got carpal tunnel. The doctors don't know what it is. So they just think it's something to do with the like neuro that's affecting the nerves to not being able to feel in my thumb and three fingers. So, but yeah, it's not really a good thing of like doing barbering all the time. So I'd rather make a mess out of wood rather than make a mess of flowing hair. So yeah.
Cool.
So what has the maker community given you? What has it been like being part of that bigger community?
It's given me a purpose. It's given me life. It's given me something to look forward to. I mean, there's so many people, without mentioning names, because it just go on and on and on forever. Who do inspire me, even from the smaller people to the larger people. They do inspire me a hell of a lot with everything that I do, and it just gives me a life and a sense of purpose, really, to do something.
So we saw you at Makers Central. What did you think about Makers Central? Did you go last year, or was this the first time you'd been?
Excuse me. No, I went last year. This year was, in my opinion, was far better because not only because it was bigger, but because I knew more people and more people knew me.
Yeah.
And last year, I mean, I am a shy person. I am really shy in that sense. And if I don't know a person, I couldn't approach them and speak to them. It'd be a case of where I'd rather just stand there and hope that they'd make eye contact, so without going, "Oh, hiya." But no, it's a damn sight better than what it was last year. I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, yeah, because you're better known now in the community. Does it lift your spirits? I mean, it's a bit of a daft question, and to me, it's a no-brainer. But when people go, "Oh, hi, Dave," and how you doing, mate? And "Oh yeah, we've watched your channel," and it's that make a community again, helping and supporting each other. Now that you are getting well known and you've been there both years, does that give you a lift, knowing that lots of people now are beginning to watch you, and your I mean, let's call it, your fan base is steadily growing? Surely that must give you a lift too, to know that you've got friends all around the world now.
It does, in a sense, but I'd rather it be where I was in front of the person rather than having a camera set up and me being on video, me turnings being on video, or me welding, or whatever it is, being on video. I'd rather be there so I could actually communicate and interact face to face rather than over a screen. And it's like I went to see Wayne the Woodturner, which was great, but it's always a thing of where whenever I go somewhere now, I just don't even want to come home. It's a case of where I just want to be there and just enjoy the time, and then because once I'm home, they're no longer there. So
yeah.
So with that being said, could demonstrating be in your future, do you think? Would you like to do it?
I'd probably sell my pants, but I'm not going to say no. But at the moment, I wouldn't say I'm mindset into doing demos yet. So
no, that's cool, but it's just if you want that interaction, and let's get rid of that video camera.
Yeah,
it's certainly something for you to carry on practicing your art form whenever you can, and perfecting your skills, getting your own unique and style. You come across to me, I know you said you're a bit shy and things like that, but you definitely come across to me as a very likable, bit of a cheeky mank, which is me. I think it's programmed into us from this part of the world, isn't it? And I know you've moved up north now, but I think you've got some great energy there, and you can hear it. So I think maybe not now, but in the future, I think you've got the patter, you've got the personality, so that's fine. If you're thinking, well, my skills just need to progress a bit, that's cool. But I think you'd make a very engaging, entertaining demonstrator in the future.
Well, let's hope people feel the same thing about you. I'll take some nappies with me anyway for the first few times, I think. And a few of the Sudocrem and lavender wipes.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I take my Sudocrem everywhere I go, and a packet of Imodium. No, we jest. No, I don't.
I Imodium every time.
That's not nerves or anxiety. I genuinely do not suffer with nerves or anxiety when I'm turning. It's we're going into something. But what's the terminology? My mum said when I was a kid, "Oh yeah, Chris, he doesn't half suffer with loose bowels, right?" So I've always been prone to poo from being 4 or 5.
I hope you're all enjoying this.
So, well, no, we're with friends. Who cares? So yeah, I've always liked to poop a lot. So it's not, the Imodium is just to stop me saying, "Sorry, folks, I've got to go to the toilet." Not for nerves, but because my body likes to poop a lot. Yeah. So that thing where it's the one thing that the public don't know about you. There you go. I've just said I poop a lot.
Yeah, we get through loo roll like
no tomorrow, and it's nothing to do. I genuinely love demonstrating, and I have such a laugh. Public speaking, I suffer with no nerves at all. It's just I like to poop a lot. So you genuinely do take Imodium with me, just to stop me having to go away to the toilet. Anyway, Dave, how are you, mate?
Really good now, isn't he?
Yeah. There you
I
go.
bet he's thinking, yeah.
Yeah, hilarious. Any comment?
Yeah.
Several.
JP Woodwork is Emojium slang for gin, Chris.
Yeah.
T plus G making, does that mean Chris is full of it?
Oh,
Pretty
yes,
much.
yes, and then some. Yeah.
Leona Faye, too much info there, Chris.
We're friends. We can talk about things. It's good to get it off your chest.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway,
And other places.
Just a minute. I'm just going to have a swig of Imodium.
so tell us. Wagger says this is a poo conversation. I know it's terrible.
Yeah.
What sort of things do you love to make?
What do I love to make? Anything and everything.
Answer.
I always throw myself in the deep end. I never do anything like they're quite easy. I mean, I know JP's in the chat, but I never do anything with a scroll saw just to make a little thing, to put on a little thing. It's always got to be something big where I always have a feeling where I might not be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, which to me, it keeps me going and it keeps me intrigued on what it would look like if I do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just anything that's, in my opinion, complex and quite tough to see the end result. So yeah, just anything that's hard, whether it be metal, wood, or anything.
Yeah.
Even crocheting. I like crocheting as well.
I love that. I saw that on your Instagram. So. What sort of things do you make?
Not a lot. I'm still making the blanket that I was making for my friend who lives in North Carolina. So that's going to be like huge. I mean, now it's like 4 foot by about 2 foot a minute. So that's going to increase for his newborn son. Well, newborn son is about 3 months old now.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So hopefully we'll get it by Christmas when the weather goes a bit cold.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
It is.
So what other projects have you got on the go at the minute?
I've just finished one, which was the Green Lantern emblem, but it's more of like, it was my very first sphere. I used green resin and turned the base and the top and put like a little thing where I just put a handle on it, and I drilled in the bottom, put a white LED, and it now lights up where the actual green lights up like the Green Lantern does.
Cool.
So I've just made that. Other than that, I've got a small urn that I need to make for one of the people who live in one of the villages near here, because her son passed away, and I made like a bowl for him, but it was more of like it was a charity piece from me, but to them it was a lot more because they paid, I think it was like £80 in raffle tickets to make sure they actually won this bowl.
Right.
So luckily his mum and dad won it. So it's a case of where when I spoke to him, they asked me to engrave it, but I didn't have time to engrave it, so I had to hand it back to him. Well, I didn't have to, but I chose to hand it back to him, so they got it still. And then when I get a chance to engrave it, and then I was having a conversation with her, and there was a bit of a conversation about his ashes, where his girlfriend was being a bit funny over it. She wanted all the ashes in a pot. And so I said, well, what I can do, I'll make you a small urn, and then you can put some ashes in there so it's still with you. So that brought out the tears and everything. So yeah, so that's my next project that I'll be love doing.
Right.
Cool. Well, Phil Irons, the master turner, he makes a lot of urns. So yeah, it's funny, but I'm not being sort of like crass when I say this, but there's a big market and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of life's constants, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I know Phil Irons makes a lot of urns.
Yeah.
I'll never make them to sell. I couldn't do that. I made me mum's and sisters. That was heartbreaking. And this will be hopefully the final one I do make. It's just, I mean, it's hard to know that someone's remains are going to be in that pot for the duration of the person's life who owns it. So it is quite hard to actually make them. I mean, it's not hard to make them, but it's hard to go through the process mentally to actually make them.
Yeah, but I suppose it gives the people who've got those urns a lot of comfort, just knowing that they wanted those ashes with them and got it in something that looks really beautiful as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so. I would like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this question, tell us something that the maker community doesn't know about you.
This is a hard one. This is really a hard one. Because I mean, I've tried to be as open as what I can do with everybody, so they know me, they know the background and stuff like that. But oh, this is going to be a doozy. I'd say I've been an auxiliary nurse. I was an auxiliary nurse for about 3 years.
Right.
That's probably something that not a lot of people know about me. So that was like years and years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it, really. Everything else you know. So I'm a nice guy. I'm a not so nice guy. So yeah, everyone's got their own opinion about me.
So yeah. So what hospital did you work at, Dave?
It was a high dependency unit for elderly people as well. It was a respite from North Manchester General.
Oh, right.
Where you had North Manchester General, then you had the mental home near them. I can't remember the name of the word. Well, the name of the actual building itself.
Mm-hmm.
But any person that needed respite, in other words, when North Manchester General ran out of beds and they needed somebody else in there, they'd send them to respite.
Yeah.
So it was where I was the occupational therapist.
All right. So
Cool.
yeah, so
didn't know that.
Well, there you go. He was a healthcare provider. Yeah. So yeah, that's
Cool.
well a worthy job.
Yeah, definitely.
A worthy job.
Yeah.
So
those are the questions. Has anybody on the chat got anything they'd like to ask Dave whilst he's on? If you want to put some questions in.
But we hope that Dave's going to hang around for the whole podcast.
Yes.
If you want to, Dave, you are most welcome. And when we're talking about what we've been up to, please feel free to join in whenever you want to, Dave, with anything. And if anyone's got any questions that they think of that we can ask Dave, we can stop what we're saying for a minute or two and ask Dave. So yeah, we'll try and keep Dave involved until we shut down.
I'm just having a look at some of the comments. Baz is on, Andy Pugh.
Hi Baz, hi Andy.
Let me have a look. Leona says she's shed building, so she's just dipping in and out.
Show off.
Yeah. Sheddist.
Wood Turning Live with Steve Twidell says, Chris, do you still look at the loo paper after the first wipe?
No.
Well, Steve, I need to refer you to the loo paper video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, if you haven't seen that,
if you've not seen that,
trail back, because it was a question: how does a blind man know his bottom is clean? So I did a video about it, and it's on my YouTube channel.
JP says, how close is Dave to getting his shed?
I'm going to slap him. We had this conversation the other night. I'm a quarter there.
Right.
Okay.
Quarter of the way. Well, I think what we'll do, we'll carry on and chat about what we've been up to.
Yeah.
So I'd just like to say thank you very much, Dave, for joining us. It's been a real pleasure having you, and we're really glad you could join us. Just tell people where they can find you.
They can find me by knocking on my front door if you know it, or there's YouTube, Dave the Wood Barber, Instagram, Dave the Wood Barber, Facebook, Dave North. I don't know anything like that really.
Okay.
Police Most Wanted, anything really.
Yeah, don't believe it.
So already subscribe to Dave. Please go and subscribe on his YouTube channel and his Instagram. And if you want to support his shed building, have a look at his GoFundMe campaign as well.
Yes, if you've had an affluent week, go and throw him a couple of bananas.
So thank you very much, Dave. I hope you'll stay with us as we natter on.
Yes, but yeah, please stay with us, and those answers you gave were fascinating, and yeah, like everybody, we know a little bit more about you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for having me.
Spooky.
No.
Hopefully we'll see you soon in person as well.
Yep. Definitely.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Dave.
Hang around, mate.
Will do. Thank you.